or go to our YouTube page. We are, I believe, at 92 subscribers still, so trying to get to 100 in the next couple weeks here, guys. Let's make that happen.
Yeah, before the radio show ends forever, we gotta hit 100.
Forever?
Well, you're gonna have one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one.
I'm taking the half athlete rights though. You have to come up with your own thing. We've talked about it for like a year.
That's true.
Go ahead. What else? What else can I do, Seth? I
rattled Seth right there.
I don't mean to throw you off your game.
If you want to call in and talk to us about why Christian shouldn't take all that half-athlete stuff with him, number to do that is 253-535-7332. That's 253-535-7332.
I'm not even going to let you get into... I'm taking it. I'm not even going to let you get into what we're talking about next. I'm taking that with me, and you got your own.
That's fair.
I can't baby you for this long, Seth. You gotta drop you out of the
my
nest
wings.
and let you fly.
Yep. I'm gonna get 110 subscribers. I'm gonna up you.
Bet. I hope you do. Well, hold on. You got 6 siblings at home, right?
5.
6 of you total. And you can subscribe. I think I've subscribed to the page on my own on a separate account. So I mean, you got a pretty good head start. DJ has never helped us out. He's probably had 300 teammates over 4 years at POU, and I don't know how many of them subscribe to what he's worked on for 2 years.
Yeah, my fault.
And Christian just calling out everybody today.
Hey, yeah, you can't hold punches.
That's fine.
So DJ knows though too. He's like every time he's like, yeah, I could have done that.
Yeah,
just didn't do it.
I've been hearing that for the last year and a half.
Good thing it's the last show, right, DJ?
Yep.
Hey, hard times all around. Nothing wrong with that.
All right. So the Mariners are
All
currently
good things come to an end.
currently on pace for 94.5 wins.
Whew.
And
It's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
strangely enough, that win total would have them missing the playoffs.
Oh,
You've got teams like Boston, New York, Houston, LA, and Cleveland right now in those 5 spots. But the Mariners are in a stretch of their schedule where they play a lot of bad ball clubs, guys. They don't play a team with a winning record until June 5th.
yeah. That I had not
great
looked that
stat.
far ahead, but that's a great observation. And
That
yeah,
is.
Seth, I think you're very right that the Mariners. I'm very happy that they're in that conversation of the upper echelon teams, I guess, in the American League. But they're near the tail end, like we've talked about over and over again. So they definitely need to take care of business against bad teams. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, if you look at it in the series that they've played, the only 2 series that they've lost this year have been to the Angels and the Astros, 2 of the top teams in their division. So up to this point, they've gotten it done against those teams that you're talking about, Seth. So if they can continue to do that, I think it'll put them in a nice position and maybe even get closer to 97 or 98. Hopefully, I know that's a lot.
It's a high standard.
That's what it's going to have to be, though, in order to make the playoffs, especially with how good Boston and the Yankees are, because it's going to be probably one team from the East and one team from the West playing it out in that wild card game, just because that is how competitive it is to get into the playoffs this year. So definitely a important stretch for the Mariners.
Well, maybe even, think about how many times they're going to play the Angels. I think it's probably, they played a 3-game series, so what, 16?
19 times.
16 more games against the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they beat up on the Angels, which is a tall order.
Yeah, very tall.
The Angels are a very good team, right? So, especially with Mike Scioscia sitting over there, calling the shots. I mean, that guy is fantastic.
By the way, I was really impressed with Ohtani.
He's good.
Yes.
Very good at baseball.
Yep.
Would have been great.
Really wish he was in a Mariners uniform.
Would have been great, right, Seth?
I thought it was awesome how we booed him.
Yeah, big
weekend.
Big ups to Mariners fans for booing
Yes.
Ohtani. That was actually appropriate.
Yes, very.
But like I was saying, if they beat up on the Angels, it might not take 97 wins, because I feel like the Angels are the other team that's in that wild card conversation.
94 possibly could get us in there.
But that's going to be with a pretty solid record against a team that's very evenly matched with the M's.
Yep.
And I think it's kind of strange the way things are working out this year. I think there's going to be a lot of separation between the top teams and the bottom teams.
There's no middle.
There's a lot of teams trying to bottom out, get the highest draft picks, and really only 6 or 7 teams going for the playoffs. So it probably is going to take somewhere in the mid-90 range to get into the playoffs.
And I would
this
say
year.
even right now, like the Mariners are at the lower tier of that upper end right now. They just haven't I'm not convinced yet that their pitching is good enough to get them there. So,
but even if they're at the lower tier, like there's nothing stopping them from making a move.
No, yeah,
tomorrow.
I mean, they're getting in that upper tier.
They probably won't wait. I wouldn't wait. I'd go get a person today.
Especially with the history of the past 2 years and players like Cruz and Cano and Felix who are all aging. Like it's do or die time right now for the M's.
So I feel like it's fairly safe to say that the offense is going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they need to add
the
parts
offense
over there.
Is going to be fine.
Question is to both of you: where would you rather see a person added? Would you rather see a starting pitcher be brought in or a bullpen arm?
Bullpen.
Why?
I think with the struggles of Zipchinski, and he really hasn't had one good solid outing this year. And even last night, he got him into trouble a little bit. The bases were loaded with no outs, and I believe he walked 2 players. If he doesn't get it going, then I think you got to go in a different route there. But I think starting wise, we'll be okay. We'll be good enough to win. You'll get good outings every once in a while from maybe like Marco Gonzalez or Mike Leake, who had a solid outing yesterday. But I definitely think it's more important to get a bullpen arm.
Seth, how about you? What do you think?
I'm going to agree with you, DJ. And the reason I say that, even though I think the bullpen has been pretty good so far, is I'm worried about overusing guys like Edwin Diaz and Juan Nicasio, who are on pace for like 80 or 90 appearances this year, which is a lot for a bullpen pitcher.
Yeah.
So I do worry that they're going to get worn out, start blowing some more games. We saw Nicasio already blow one this last week. I think Diaz recently blew one as well.
Yeah. Not Sunday, Saturday. My fault.
I don't know. Maybe to be contrarian, I'll go with adding a starting pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the market would necessarily be on a starter. However, we've seen how good, Nicasio, Vincent, Diaz, throw Pazos in there. Those 4 guys have been for the M's.
Yeah.
And I think the other bullpen arms who are kind of rotating. I mean, Chasen Bradford's the other one I could think of, but Dan Altavilla's not with the club right now. And whoever else is out there. There's a kid named Goodell, right?
Eric Goodell.
I've never even heard of that guy in my life.
He pitched a little bit. He was up and down with the Mets last season.
Yeah, never.
Same with Chasen Bradford.
Don't have a clue who that guy is, right? So I think they've already been separated in guys we're going to use when we're ahead, guys we're going to use when we're not ahead.
Yes.
Right? That's kind of what happens.
And Chasen Bradford has kind of been that long guy with Wade LeBlanc. When he's started, he's kind of been the guy to go 5 innings, and then Chasen Bradford would come in and give you 2.
Right.
Then you get into those guys that you were talking about.
So I think that if you add one more starting pitcher who is reliable enough to get you deeper into a ball game and kind of balance that right now, because realistically, Paxton's the only one under the current thought process of starting pitching who can get you deep into the ball game.
Yeah.
Right. So if you add one more starter, does that then give you enough balance throughout a 5-man rotation to make it work with what you have in the bullpen? Or, like you guys said, another bullpen arm because of how often Vincent and Nicasio and Diaz are on pace to be used. So, I mean, it's a toss-up. Yeah. I think normally I'd agree with the both of you, but I also think that there's some merit to bringing in a starter who is a strong, solid arm.
And like you're saying, it is a toss-up. I would be more than happy with bringing in a starter who could get you those innings, because who knows, Zipchinski, could start to come around too. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with him right now. He's not really walking people. He's just missing spots. So I would definitely be happy with bringing in a starter as well.
I don't think there's really a wrong choice to bring in a starter or reliever. You need pitching generally. So any kind of pitcher that you bring in who's going to be a little above average, you'll take that if you can get it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that'll push him over the edge to maybe get even 2 or 3 more wins to that 94 number right now.
Absolutely.